and I'm happy to know that he has been very familiar with Italian business world. So, and for his kind words about the sense of friendship and similarity between our culture and our nation. So thank you very much. I'm really very honored to be with you today. And with me, there is Dr. Feola, and we together, we will discuss a little bit the concept of humane entrepreneurship, intending this as a new way of doing business for a new economy. You know, we are all under this pandemic effect. Of course, humane entrepreneurship has been a concept towards which we have started work since many years, together with the United Nations and especially with the direction of Sustainable Development Goal. But the times that we are experiencing this year, the pandemic effect, I think that will stress the need for a new way of doing business, for a new economy. I think that this is the hope of all of us that are today connected to discuss about these topics. So, few words about what humane entrepreneurship is from the conceptual point of view, and then in the second part of our session, Dr. Feola will share with you some cases from the Italian side of companies that we can consider as, let me say, as a model in some way of humane entrepreneurship in reality. So just some, to quote a few of them. So I hope that I can go forward with my presentation. There are some problems, of course, to progress in the presentation. So,
Professor Parente, can you
okay.
share the screen?
Okay, I share the screen. Okay. Yeah. That's great. So, what does it mean, humane entrepreneurship? First of all, a few words about a concept of the general concept of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is for us is a strategic posture. It's a way to conceive ways of doing business, and it's a way of doing business that is characterized by innovativeness, the capability to take risk, and the ability to be proactive. This is the classic, let me say, definition of entrepreneurship. So what does it mean today, entrepreneurship, in the light of the new world? So of course, there is the old way of seeing entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurial behavior has been intended into the past as a behavior that is driven by self-interest, just financial motivation, and in the old way of doing business like this way, being an entrepreneur and being, let me say, concentrated only on financial issue was considered good for the economic system and good for humanity also. And we should say, honestly speaking, that entrepreneurship, the search for profit, the search for financial awareness, has been a great engine for the entire humanity in terms of progress. That's from the historical point of view, with good and bads, but it has been a really a very powerful engine. But what today? Today, this model is not enough. We are all familiar with this concept of the triple bottom line of organization. It is a movement that has started decades ago, starting from the Bertrand report on the climate change, on the negative effect, on the negative side of the business sector. So these are the pillars on which the humane entrepreneurship concept was built. So humane entrepreneurship is considered a specific, a peculiar entrepreneurial posture, entrepreneurial way of doing business. And it's a kind of model in which we experiment firms that are capable to be at the same time innovative and competitive, of course, to doing good product, but at the same time to be inclusive for its human capital, to consider people inside the organization as really capital, really important and capable to offer decent jobs. And of course, at the same time, to be socially responsive towards society, toward especially sensitive issues expressed by their local community and by by the society at large. And moreover, of course, that is capable to be sustainable, not only from the point of view, from the economic point of view, but at the same time to be a good environment for human resource and a constructive player for social welfare and for environmental sustainability. So this is our vision of what a firm should be and should act, should play into the future. We, we envision a firm that is capable, of course, to doing business in a very effective way, to be innovative, to be customer oriented, and to take care of their business cycle. That's important to have, that it means care for customers, care for clients. Of course, this is very important, but it's not enough. Firms into the future should take more and more care for organization, for its own employees. And so they should be good in dealing with people's cycle, to capable to offer decent job, to take care of their human capital, and to give them right compensation from the financial and from non-financial point of view, to consider them not only, let me say, leg and arms, but brains and emotions. So that's important. And on the other side, it's important for this kind of firm to take care of society. So it means to take care of society cycles. Companies and firms are not outside the society, they are into society. And they should be responsible to take care of this that we call society cycles, to take care of this aspect. And only if they are capable to take care of all these three, to manage all these three environment, these three cycles, firms can survive in the long term. So today, to take care for firms, to have a firm that is capable to stay alive, to be sustainable into the future, to start and to remain into the business, in our opinion, they should take care of all this. And if you take care not only for customer, but to take care for organization, to take care for society, so it means for us that you are in the humane entrepreneurship domain. What does it mean? It means a new type, a new model of firm that is empathy-based in some way. It means that we foresee an entrepreneur that is capable to be empathic, to feel empathy with his clients. Of course, that's important, to serve clients really in transparent, in a good way. But it's important for an entrepreneur to have empathy, to feel empathy with the employees, to take care of their wealth from all the point of view, and to be empathic with society, to not consider society as something that government, for example, should take care. No, as entrepreneur, as a new kind of entrepreneur, you should take your stake of a challenge for a good society. And in our opinion, if you are good in doing all these things, there will start, let me say, a virtuous circle. Let me say, an additive, let me say, process in which your company will be a good place to work, and people would like to working with you and for you. So it means talent attraction, and peoples that feel your empathy, that feel that you take care of them, means that they are able to express fully their creativity and their innovation. And at the end, if clients experience that you and your employees and that society at large feels you as a good company, it means that consumer and clients will often choose you into the market. So it's a sort of virtuous circle that human entrepreneurship is capable to let play. So we hope and we are sure that this new model of doing business will be a good model to have in every nation, from the East and the West, a new kind of company that is a source of new good jobs, of new player into good player into society. It's of course a complex way of doing, but it's something that could be done and should be done, in our opinion. And of course, you were mentioned Eman El-Tarabishin. I would like to mention another good friend of mine, that is Professor Kichan Kim from Korea, and my good friend Ermawan Kartajaya from Indonesia,
Yes.
and other friends from Asia. And we all together, we are working since many years toward the concept. And I'm honored to mention that our flagship journal, that is JSBM, Journal of Small Business
Yes.
Management, we lost a special issue on humane entrepreneurship
Wow.
that will be published in, I think, at the beginning of next year. And myself, Kichan, and I would mention two other professors from USA that will join us in this effort as a co-guest editor, that are Professor Horsby and Professor De Nobel. And hopefully, from the theoretical and academic point of view, of course, we will continue to work. And this special issue will be, let me say, first pillar also from the academic point of view. And I hope that Professor Kareshi, that you could take a look to the special issue when it will be published, and I will be honored to have your comments on that.
Very good. Yeah.
And
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And now the second part of the presentation will be done by my colleague, dear colleague Rosangela Feola. And Rosangela has collected a few cases. Of course, we have collected many cases from Italy, but at least a couple, one or two of them, we would like to share with you, to give you let me say, a practical idea of what does it mean for us, a humane entrepreneur. Okay? Rosangela, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, Professor Parente. Thank you for the invitation in this course. It is very important, and for me it's an honor to share with you some insight about humane entrepreneurship.
Can we start with the video, Rosangela?
Try to share the presentation.
I will share. I will manage it for you.
I try.
Rosangela. I know that Rosangela has some connection problem.
Okay.
I can lead the
I have some problem with my.
No problem.
Okay, thank you, Professor.
No problem.
Parente.
I will manage the presentation for you, and I will try to launch this video.
The problem is.
No problem at all.
Okay,
No problem.
I don't see the video.
I will start for you. I will start for you. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Can you see the video?
We can't see the video, Professor Roberto. The video is not visible to our participants, Professor Roberto. You need to share the screen again.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not there. You need to share the screen.
I don't see this.
Okay, just a moment. Just a moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now I understand. Just a moment. Just a moment. So I need to share again the screen. Is that right?
Yes.
I thought it was automatic. Don't worry. I will try to share the screen.
When you share the screen, there's a small check that would allow you to share the computer sound. Please also do that.
Just one moment, and then I'll try to share the screen again. We have a small video that we'd like to share with you. Okay, say there's some problem. Okay, now we can see. Now you can see. Yes, is that right?
Yes, but you need to play. We need to check for the sound.
Okay, then just a moment, we'll start. Can you see?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, this is just a short video, just to introduce the case of Luxoni. We think that video is something powerful to express some feeling, but then Rosangela will explain you something more about the case of Luxoni. That is very, very interesting case of humane entrepreneurship. So please, Rosangela, I will share the screen again.
Thank you. Yes, the video would be an example just to give you an idea about this. This one represents a very important example of what human entrepreneurship is. Just some insight about the company. Luxoni is an Italian firm located in central Italy. Is a family firm that has been founded about 15 years ago by Mr. Enrico Luxoni, And the company operates in the sector of the design and manufacturing of measurement and control system for companies that operate in different sectors, from industrial sector to service sector. And actually, Luxoni is considered one of the main companies in the sector. Is considered a reference for them in the sector of the production of control system. From a financial and economic point of view, Luxoni is a very successful case, because actually Luxoni has about 1,500 worker employee, and has a turnover of around 120 millions of euros, and a net profit of about 16 million. But for what reason, in our opinion, Luxoni could be considered an extraordinary example of humane entrepreneurial oriented firms? So, in our opinion, there are two elements that refer to the strategic approach, to the strategic posture of the firms that better represent this kind of approach, this kind of entrepreneurship. The first element refers to the culture of the firm. And the expression that best summarizes this culture is the expression "we are 2060-68." What does it mean, this expression? This expression represents the orientation toward the future of the firm, represent the commitment that the firm has toward the future generation, toward our children, say Mr. Luxoni, and toward the children of our children. So we are 2068 means that the firms look to the future, not to the present, but the present action are oriented toward the future. But there are also three key words that also sustain this idea and also sustain this approach. The first word is identity. Who is Luxoni? Luxoni is a firm that works for the well-being of persons, for the well-being of people, and for the well-being of the planet. Is a firm that is defined as a familial and vital firm, and that which aim is to generate profit, generate wealth, but with the final aim to invest this profit for the territory, for the local community, for the well-being of the local community. Another key word that drives the Luxoni approach is the term people. For Luxoni, people represent the most important value of the firms, is a key asset of the firms, but the management approach toward people is based on three strategic drivers. The first one is to stimulate, to support, to cultivate talent, to develop talent, and to make possible this talent that have been developed through the support of the firms can fly, can exploit, and can express their potential. Finally, the third keyword of Luxoni firms is the word measure. Measure represents, is connected to the core business of the firm. So then the aim of the firm is to develop research project, new product, new technology, and to be a reference for them, for the sector. So this orientation toward innovation is a behavior in the firm. It's something that involve all the organization. Next slide, please, Prof. Thank you very much. When Professor Parente spoke about humane entrepreneurship, he said that humane entrepreneurship means the integration of three different elements: the traditional entrepreneurial orientation with the addition of two further elements. About entrepreneurial orientation, Luxoni is a very innovative firm. It's a firm that is considered strong innovative firm in the sector, and this is also showed by several awards and certification that the firm has. And most important, there is an expression that Mr. Luxoni said that best represent this entrepreneurial orientation, and is the sentence, orient your company to change. This means that all the company is oriented toward change, to make a change in the system, to make the way in which they doing business. Innovation, that is one of the main elements that characterizes entrepreneurial orientation, is based on an approach that is open and collaborative. In innovation in Luxoni is something that requires the collaboration of several subjects. Is a process that requires collaboration with people that are inside the business, but also collaboration with external partners and external subjects. At the same time, Luxoni is a firm that is very proactive toward the future, and proactiveness means that firms is launched, is oriented toward the future. All the organization look at the future, and this is realized through the transformation of their employee in collaborators. The Luxoni firm support and stimulate the so-called entrepreneurship. That means give to collaborators that are in the firm the possibility to develop a new idea and to exploit this idea. Finally, risk-taking is another important element that characterizes the strategic approach of Luxoni. Next slide, please. Thank you. What about the second element that in our vision is very important to define a firm as a humane entrepreneurial oriented firm that is a sustainability orientation. Luxoni, from this point of view, is considered a firm that is embedded in the territory. Is a company that is strictly related to the environment, is embedded in the social and economic context in which it operates, and this is demonstrated by several projects that Luxoni has promoted that go in the direction to protect the environment, but first of all to valorize the territory, to valorize the territory, to sustain the local community. The adoption of the river resino is one of the projects that Luxoni has financed with an investment of about 30 million euros, and is a project that is called 2 kilometers of future. That means that through this project, through the project that Luxoni has financed, the aim is to support the development of the territory, to support the development of the community that is around the company. Finally, another important element, next slide. Okay, another important element that characterizes the approach of Luxoni is about human resources that are involved in this one. Human resources are not called employee in the firms. The term employee is not used, but all the organizations prefer use the term collaborator, because all employees, all workers are collaborators of the firms. The firm is considered a big family, and each collaborator is a part of this big family and play a very important role in contributing to the development of this kind of this extended family. So another interesting aspect about Luxoni and this humane approach is about the support to the entrepreneurs. Luxoni has realized several projects that which have the objective to support people, to support collaborators in developing, in propose and developing their idea. And further, Luxoni has created also an incubator to support the development of new business. And someone define Luxoni as a play factory. Luxoni is not considered a workplace, but a place where people, where collaborators can work, but at the same time can express their potential and realize their identity. So in what we can see in the Luxoni case, in the mindset of the entrepreneur and of all the people that are involved in the management of the firms, is a very important, a strong relationship between these three components: entrepreneurial orientation, human resource orientation, and sustainability orientation. Three elements that I would say the leitmotif of the films. This is Luxoni case. This is an extraordinary example in Italy of human entrepreneurship, but other examples there are in Italy, but all over the world, I think.
Thank you very much,
वो है नहीं इधर आ रहा इंटरनेट का, वो नहीं है ना.
So, Professor Caresta scheme, is there are any aspect that you would like? Of course, Luxoni is now not really a very small company. Now has become larger. Let me say, it's still a mid-sized kind of company, but they start as very, very small companies just with families, and but at the end they were be successful, and we hope that this could be the pathway for many other new entrepreneurs that could follow this kind of pathway and becoming larger and larger and larger. So
yeah, Roberto, I have just a quick question. It's a very interesting case study, and they are mentioning it is a play factory. So play factory means they encourage the employees to do experiments?
Yeah, it means that, if I can answer, and then Rosangela could explain more. From many point of view. First, we visited the companies, the company, and so, and we spoke with many people, and we have experience. Let me say, just I should have on my desk. I can show you this. This is a joke. This is a play. Let me say play card. They developed this play card with a consultant there, it's a way very it's intriguing. It's there are some cards just to let you know which kind of mentality and they use this play to test, not to enlarge creativity, to express creativity. It's a creativity kind of joke from many point of view. When you enter into it, does not seem a business field. You can find literally joke or small tricks that intrigue you on what does it, how you can test your creativity and capability to be innovative. And yes, from the point of view, from more, let me say, traditional point of view, they have a lot of initiative with very young people from the elementary school that came there and playing with joke or something like that. They are accustomed to the concept of creativity and innovation. And from the more traditional point of view, for people, Los Angeles was express this concept. People inside, they can test new idea, new concept. They are allowed to do so, and in some case, this has led to the creation of new startup company inside the company. So it's a playground from the physical, environmental, and organizational point of view.
Great. One more thing it's a very nice thing to observe. They do not call their people employees. They call collaborators. Wow. So it means they respect them. They respect them. So what is the impact of this? My students, look at this. They don't call them employees. They call them collaborators. So I will ask Roberto, what is the impact on the employees?
The impact, it's simply huge. You can feel, I cannot express, of course, I can try to express, but you can feel inside when you go into and discuss with people. But the result, and you can feel the feeling that people are feeling themselves as a part of a system or an organization, and they are, let me say, living part of an organization. And the result, I can express this mentioning the results of the concept of collaborators, the capability for them to lead very innovative project. They are accustomed to work with very big companies like Bosch, BMW, General Electric, on so on many Fiat, many companies, from the aerospace industry to the automotive industry and so on. So the organization is, let me say, a sort of collection of very small, very specific, very peculiar kind of project, of development project. And so it means that to do this kind of project, you should be a sort of, let me say, co-entrepreneur. You should feel yourself not just as a mechanical part of an organization. This is an organic kind of company. And you can feel, it's difficult to express this, but you can feel when you are there, you understand deeply what we say. They are, what they say, they are collaborators, not employees.
So it's very high. So it's very high in terms of humane and respecting of people and humanity. And you see, they're taking care of the river for 2 kilometers. They're taking care of the environment and the river.
Huge project. Let me say, huge project, and very update from the technological point of view. They're able to do, let me say, green energy from the river, green energy from, you know, the river was giving problems to the city because of the fact that during the fall, the river went out, destroying fields around, and they, at the end, they make some works around the river, and now the river is filled by the community as a friend and as a source of wealth, not a threat.
Great. So can we take questions from anybody from the class? You can have questions from Rosangela, from Roberto, anything about Italy, anything about anything interesting about entrepreneurship, humane entrepreneurship, anything. Roberto, one quick question. Is there anything happening at the university level? Are changes happening? Like degree programs are becoming relevant, or still are they still relevant, or there's something change happening in Italy?
Let me say, university level, you know, we are just, in my opinion, we are just starting a new phase.
Okay, new phase.
I'm not able to express exactly or more precisely which direction we'll take. It's something that is still, you know, on the air. I think that in the next year we will start to see more clearly what new direction will be.
Okay. Because what we are finding here in Pakistan is that you see that even a degree is not giving you a job anymore. It's very difficult to get a job. So we need to focus on skills, competencies, and attitude. If our attitude is not good, then nobody will hire you. Things are becoming very competitive, things are becoming very unique. So that was it. So let me ask Wase Siddiqui. Wase, do you have a quick question? Please unmute yourself and introduce yourself first.
Hello, sir. My name is Wase. I had a small question. When you're starting a company, everything comes down to cost, right? So you're trying to conserve the capital in the initial days. And so if the ecosystem is not built for you to be, for you to engage in, let's call the humane entrepreneurship by investing more money in recyclables and other things like that, and you're actually spending more, is that fair, like on a young company, to be going out of their way to be spending money on things where it's not necessary?
Of course, it's difficult to make generalization in some way, but I would say that this is the direction, and the humane entrepreneurship is a concept that allows you to stay behind, to stay ahead of, let me say, of change in society. Can you think that we can still promote new business that are not environmental free, that they cause leakage or something, or they treat people like employees or worst? I think no. I think no. I think that society too, when this is our experience in Italy, let me say, for startups, for the startup environment, Luxoni is now a mid-sized big company. But what we see today is really a rising interest on startup that start from the beginning with a clear idea on which is their contribution to a more sustainable society. And I'm sure that this is something that is not peculiar to Italy or Europe, but is something that more general. And so be prepared and be positive about this.